What is one thing that you hope that people take away from the book?
I really hope people take away from the book, like the point of the book is not to rehash my story.
Okay.
The point of the book is to give hope to the people that are currently going.
Gypsy Rose's much anticipated memoir, My Time to Stand, has finally hit bookstore shelves after being announced back in April. Written with the help of Melissa Moe and Michelle Mutuhani, the book aims to offer Gypsy's side of the story, shedding light on the questions that the public and interviewers have been asking her for years. Gypsy has said that the memoir is a way to answer those burning questions, especially about the emotional turmoil she faced while committing her crime and the trauma she's endured ever since, all stemming from her difficult life with her mother.
Through my story.
Right.
People that have no idea what Munchausen by proxy is, because I didn't. People that are in domestic violence relationships, they could relate to the mindset that I was in.
Absolutely.
In the book, Gypsy dedicates her story to her unborn daughter Aurora, explaining that this memoir is a heartfelt attempt to tell her daughter the truth, straight from her mother's perspective. However, the memoir has raised eyebrows for its deeply explicit content, as Gypsy doesn't hold back from discussing the most intimate and disturbing aspects of her life in unsettling detail. It's clear that she wanted to be brutally honest, but the question on everyone's mind is, does Gypsy go too far? This memoir, which borders on the genre of erotic dark fantasy, goes into uncomfortable and graphic detail about Gypsy's past, revealing aspects of her life that most would prefer to keep private. Some readers are even left wondering why Gypsy chose to expose such personal and disturbing memories, particularly ones that many would argue have no place in a book intended for her daughter.
After reading this book, I believe Claude Petrie so much more. There is no doubt, in my mind anyway, that Gypsy Rose was completely inappropriate and definitely could have been the one.
After all, what child would want to know such explicit details about their family's sexual history? The decision to make her daughter a part of this narrative raises serious concerns. Gypsy's choice to share this kind of trauma in such an explicit, almost sexualized way is controversial, to say the least. She could have made her point without delving so deeply into these dark corners of her past. While the intention may have been to share her side of the story and offer an honest account, the execution seems almost gratuitous, crossing boundaries that many would find troubling. Gypsy is well aware of the shock value her memoir carries. In fact, she even posted a disclaimer on her social media accounts to prepare readers for the raw and explicit content. In the post, Gypsy warns that the book contains disturbing and triggering details about physical, emotional, and sexual abuse. While the disclaimer suggests a noble goal,
Initiating the touching and the grabbing with her grandfather. Just look how sexually inappropriate her book is. Just look at it. How sexually inappropriate she as a person is.
Guys, we gotta talk about how nasty this book is. We all knew it was gonna be a book of lies. But the
encouraging healing and shedding light on the experiences of abuse survivors, it doesn't erase the fact that her young daughter is one day going to be exposed to these same graphic details. When one commenter questioned Gypsy's decision to allow her daughter to read the book, asking if she really wanted her child to learn about her intimate life, Gypsy responded with a confident yet concerning reply. She stated that her daughter would be 18 by the time she reads the memoir, a grown woman who can process such information. But was that really the best reply, considering Gypsy's history and the trauma she's experienced?
It's a part of her mental condition. She wants you to know. She has to tell you. She is hyper-schmexualized, guys. Again, it's part of her disorder. She even goes into the fact that she doesn't believe she has microdeletion in this book, and that if she
does she fully understand the emotional impact her memoir could have, especially when it's so intimately tied to her as a mother? It's clear that Gypsy had the intention of reclaiming her narrative and showing the world her truth, but the method she chose to do so is raising plenty of eyebrows. Whether or not her daughter will truly be ready to handle such a book when the time comes remains to be seen. Many are left questioning whether the brutal honesty was necessary, or if Gypsy's attempt to heal has gone too far, subjecting not only herself, but also her child to a level of exposure that might be difficult to undo.
She doesn't suffer any symptoms. Like, we don't all have eyeballs. Like, we can't see her. We can't see her. We can't see her head. It's crazy. The contradictions, the lies, the nastiness.
The memoir includes graphic descriptions of sexual abuse by her grandfather and mother, as well as explicit details of her sexual relationship with Nicholas Godejohn, including BDSM practices. Critics argue that these graphic accounts are excessive and unnecessary, particularly considering the intended audience. What do you hope? Furthermore, Gypsy Rose's account of her mother's abuse has evolved over time, with the memoir detailing physical abuse that contradicts earlier statements where she claimed only medical abuse.
Y'all remember the interview where Claude stated that Gypsy was actually the one that would try to inappropriately grab and touch him? After reading this book, I believe
the inclusion of such explicit content has raised concerns about the potential impact on Gypsy Rose's daughter. Many question the appropriateness of exposing a child to such graphic and disturbing information about their parents' lives. Critics argue that while Gypsy Rose may intend to provide her daughter with the truth about her past, the graphic nature of the details may be unnecessarily traumatic and harmful.
So much more. There is no doubt, in my mind anyway, that Gypsy Rose was completely inappropriate and definitely could have been the one initiating the touching and the grabbing with her grandfather. Just look how sexually inappropriate her book is.
Beyond the potential impact on her daughter, the memoir's graphic nature has also drawn criticism for its voyeuristic and exploitative elements. Some argue that the book sensationalizes Gypsy Rose's trauma and exploits her experiences for commercial gain.
Just look at it, how sexually inappropriate she as a person is. After reading this book, I believe Claude Petrie's story that much more. I'm just saying there's that.
The explicit details, some argue, go beyond what is necessary to tell her story and instead serve to titillate readers. Gypsy Rose has defended her decision to include these details, stating that she wants her daughter to have access to the truth about her past, and that the memoir is a necessary step towards healing and breaking the stigma surrounding abuse.
Something that a lot of people aren't talking about, a few are, but a lot of people aren't talking about, is just how nasty this book is, guys. It is like soft core disgusting. Literally, just read the first 4 or 5 chapters. Please don't buy the book, by the way.
However, the controversy surrounding My Time to Stand highlights the complex ethical considerations surrounding the sharing of deeply personal and potentially traumatic experiences, particularly when those experiences involve a minor child. The debate surrounding Gypsy Rose's memoir raises questions about the boundaries of personal narrative and the responsibility of authors to consider the potential impact of their work on others, especially vulnerable individuals like children.
You can get it for free on Audible and Amazon with a free trial. It gives you 30 days to listen. But just the details. How many times does she say the word period? Y'all, if it was a drinking game, we'd be under the table. It's everything that you never wanted to.
It also raises questions about the commercialization of trauma and the ethics of exploiting personal experiences for profit. That's all for today, but the conversation doesn't have to end here. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps us out and shows us what kind of content you want more of. About
Gypsy's bodily functions, which she just has to tell you. Which reminds me of my sociopathic narcissist abuser. She used to tell me the grossest things that nobody wants to hear, nobody wants to know about. And most sociopathic narcissists do this. They do it for shock value. They do it to distract. They do it just to make you uncomfortable.
Not subscribed yet? What are you waiting for? Smash that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. We've got so much more exciting content coming your way, and trust me, you won't want to miss it.
Okay, it really sticks out to me as a way that my mother abused me. Just things you don't tell your daughter or anyone. But she does this all through the book. I don't want to know about Gypsy's bodily functions. I don't want to know about her.
I'd love to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about today's topic? Do you agree, disagree, or have any juicy tea to add? Let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok for more behind-the-scenes content and updates. You can find the links in the description below. A huge thank you for tuning in and supporting the channel. Whether you're new here or part of the fam, your support means the world to me. Alright, that's it for now, but I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay amazing, stay kind, and remember, the best is yet to come. Bye.